This is a poetry book. Yeah, the other book I read from is a short story book that I released this year. It has short stories that I wrote in. And this is a poetry book that came out a few years ago. I'm going to read you a poem. Then I'm going to play a song. Is there anybody here that's ever worked on cars? Is anybody car people? Anybody ever like, oh, well, we're going to try this anyhow. So long to the high-octane generation and all its faulty heirs, who at long last, having learned to live without beauty or any of her manifestations, can just sit here on this bank of sand and watch the river flow, black and backwards. Praise now the plastic tunes and tooth whiteners, the square boxes, the straight liners, the lighted paths and hand sanitizers, the beige spectrums of knowledge, that bumbling self-righteous light we have spit into the very eye of the atom. We, the high-octane generation, have been weakened by a pathological need for power steering, air conditioning, fuel injection, solid-state ignition, and push-button roadside assistance from a revisionist dashboard savior with blood in his feline eye. But time was, we had our valves ground down, man. We had our hearts bored out. We had points and coils and rotors. We had bumpers. And brother, we had chrome. Back then we could bleed our brakes, torque our heads, advance a spark. And there was no goddamn check engine light because we checked our engines every day. We sat with them while they idled. We listened to their intonations and laid our hands upon the valve covers as we breathed the secrets of our hearts into their manifolds. Yeah, we were masters at backseat acrobatics, but all that was just humping it up inside a poem we already knew by heart. You see, these machines, they were extensions of our understandings of all things, both material and spiritual, and to such an extent that speed and horsepower were not just quantitative reality. No, they were allegories that fueled our passions and drove our ideals and mapped out our interior destinations across the crooked fields of time. I have no idea what has happened now to this high-octane generation, why it can no longer burn rubber, why it no longer lifts the hood to see the power, or how it has arrived at such a place that owning a car that can park itself would appear to be nothing to be ashamed of. It was back in 1975 that I first had some hope for our cultural divide. That's when I saw hippies and rednecks dancing side by side at Willie Nelson's Texan 4th of July. But in the last few years, there's been a troubling change. It's like both sides now have just gone insane. Everybody's screaming, but nobody's listening. It seems to me like a time bomb's ticking, got your left wing and right wing, your black and white, conservatives and liberals just itching for a fight. When you know they're wrong and you can swear they're right, you can bet there's gonna be trouble. So whip out a switchblade, pull out a gun, pistol whip some bitch just for fun. And don't you stop dealing till the dealing is done, till we start killing each other. Yeah, you're wasting time trying to pump the brakes, 'cause winning never happens for those who hesitate. Gotta ask yourself if you got what it takes to take aim at your brother. So get your axe handle ready, get your machete sharp. Brick bats and ice picks and poison darts. It'll be hard to stop once this shit starts. Once we start killing each other. Don't let the circle be unbroken. Don't you let no sunshine in. Well, who gives a damn where all the flowers have gone? The answer's not blowing in the wind. So don't be afraid now to take a stance. Let's all be victims of circumstance. You gotta be willing to give killing a chance. Yeah, let's start killing each other. I say let's start killing. Let's start killing. It looks to me like we're about to start killing each other. That's a hard song to clap for, I realize that.